Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, July 2nd. Well, actually a bit of a break in the hot weather pattern we've had for the last several days. We had a weak frontal system that moved through much of the mid-Atlantic region overnight. It's now just around from the DC metro region or cutting across to the Delmarva Peninsula, and less humid air has moved into much of the mid-Atlantic region, a little bit cooler than it was certainly this time yesterday morning. We have a look here at the latest 24-hour temperature change map. This is from the Penn State EWAL site. All these blues around here represent colder temperatures this morning compared to yesterday morning. This is a 24-hour temperature change, and it really shows the effect of that cooler, less humid air mass that has dropped in overnight into much of the mid-Atlantic region. Certainly, again, starting off from lower temperatures this morning compared to yesterday morning, and humidity values will be also noticeably lower this morning compared to yesterday morning and for much of the day. In fact, into tomorrow in much of the mid-Atlantic region, the conditions will not be all that bad. Now, we'll get rather hot this afternoon with temperatures around 90 degrees in most spots, maybe into the low 90s. But again, moderate humidity values for the next 24 to 36 hours or so. Well, here's the latest conventional surface map, and here is that frontal system that, again, is right now cutting through DC region down across Delmarva Peninsula. Very hot and humid air remains here over the southeastern quadrant of the country, and all of this will return by Wednesday into the mid-Atlantic region as this front turns around as a warm front, heads north and northeast Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, and that'll pave the way for much more humid air on Wednesday, Independence Day, as well as an enhanced chance of showers and thunderstorms. But at least for the next 24 to 36 hours or so, much of the mid-Atlantic region, and certainly the northeastern part of the country, will have a little bit of a relief compared to the weekend and the conditions from last week. Still hot out here in the Rocky Mountains and Central Plains regions. At least through midweek, they'll have high temperatures up in the 90s in Denver, for example. Still quite cool and pleasant right along the west coast with no precipitation in sight down along Southern California way. Well, not a heck of a lot going on thunderstorm-wise this morning here. This is the latest infrared satellite image loop. Some thunderstorms down here over the southeastern part of the country, and some up here way up over the northern plains and North Dakota, Minnesota region. Again, lots of clear skies right now here in the mid-Atlantic region as a little bit of a nicer air mass has dropped in from the north to the south with a little bit lower humidity and a few degrees cooler than yesterday in terms of temperatures. So most of the action later on today will be down in the southeastern part of the country in terms of the possibility of some strong thunderstorm activity. Well, let's look at a couple of GFS forecast maps. This is for tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning, from last night's 0Z run. And again, the GFS is quite dry here in the mid-Atlantic region. That hot, humid air is still kind of sitting down here just to our south and west come tomorrow morning. But there's some precipitation associated with the advancement of this warm frontal system that'll start turning around and coming back as a warm front later tomorrow and tomorrow night into early Wednesday. And in fact, if we jump ahead here, this is Wednesday morning from last night's 0Z GFS run. It's dumping out a little bit of precipitation right throughout the D.C., Philadelphia, and New York City corridor, so there certainly can be an enhancement of shower and thunderstorm activity Tuesday night and Wednesday as this frontal system turns around and heads back north as a warm front following 24 to 36 hours of relief here in terms of humidity here in the northeastern quadrant. Not a heck of a lot of precipitation out here in the middle and western part of the country. Some desert monsoonal conditions are starting to form here in the desert southwest with Pacific Ocean moisture feeding in and causing some afternoon shower and thunderstorm activity now. And we'll see this over the next couple of months throughout portions of the southwestern part of the country. So that's for now. For the mid-Atlantic region, we'll have a little bit of a break today with a little bit lower humidity and a few degrees cooler than yesterday. It'll get very warm and humid again, however, by about Wednesday of this week. For the SIweather.com, I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Dorian.